Because right now our country's not doing too well. We're laughed at all over the world. This is not going to happen for long, but I do worry about 10 more months with these people because they can do a lot of damage. It's time for the Republican Party, however, to unify, come together, and move forward as one team. We have to beat crooked Joe Biden. We have to beat him. Our country is at stake, and we need to focus on all of our resources. We have to put them into energy and effort and defeating Biden and all of these radical left lunatics, what they're doing to our country. We can't let it happen. We cannot let it continue. We're going down, and we cannot let it continue. Last night, I was honored to receive the endorsement of a man who has become a true leader and earned the admiration of so many patriots. I've been a friend of his, even though we were competing against each other. But I was a friend of his, and we got along, and he was saying he's a great president. I kept saying, why is he running? He keeps calling me a great president. But he's a fantastic guy, a very smart guy. He's got some tremendous ideas, and he's young, and he's got some young ideas, too, and that's a good thing. So he has a big, beautiful, bright future ahead. Vivek Ramaswamy. Come on up, Vivek. Let's do this, guys.
Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. Today, I want to come to you and talk to you about the forming coalition of Vivek Ramaswamy and Donald Trump. So last night at the New Hampshire campaign, Vivek was officially introduced to the Donald Trump team overall. And as Donald Trump seeks to be reelected as the next president of the United States, Vivek has thrown his full weight behind him. At the Iowa campaign, most recently, the Iowa caucus, Vivek ended up getting about 8% of the vote and realized that, you know what, while he was spending a lot of his money, while he's done a lot of great things, it's in the best interest of the nation right now for him to support Donald Trump and for the country to focus solely on the target of getting back reelected and solving some of the problems that they're facing right now. I'm going to play a little video of this. We'll watch a little bit of Vivek's speech. Come back and talk about it just after that. Your first time joining, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And here we go.
It's good to see you. It's good to be back to New Hampshire. We miss you guys. We're going to make this happen, and you guys know this well. You know this man. You know why we're here. Patriots across the state. We are in the middle of a war in this country. That's what this is. It's not a war between black and white. It's not between Democrat and Republican, even in a deeper sense. It's between the permanent state and the everyday citizen. Between those of us who love the United States of America and a fringe minority who hates this country and what we stand for. And right now we need a commander-in-chief who will lead us to victory in this war. That's what we need in this country. You got to know you're in a war to win one. You can't win one if you're asleep at the switch, have your head stuck in the sand like most Republicans. And I think that's going to require somebody who isn't bought and paid for, a businessman, not a politician. Anybody heard of that? And that's why I was in this race, but I'll tell you, the people of Iowa spoke loud and clear last night, and I'm a big believer that we, the people, create a government that is accountable to us, not the other way around. That we, the people, choose who leads this country. And so we heard we, the people, last night, and that is why last evening I met my friend here, we met in person, and I told him that I would endorse Donald J. Trump for President of the United States and do everything in my power to lead us to victory in this war. It is a 1776 moment right now. That's where we live right now. And you want to know, what does it mean to be a Republican today? It means we believe in the ideals of 1776. Ideals like freedom and merit and the pursuit of excellence. That you get ahead in this country, not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character and your contributions. End affirmative action. End DEI. We are done with the nonsense. Send it back home. It means you believe in the rule of law. And I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. That means your first act of entering this country cannot break the law, and that is why we need to use our military to secure our own southern border in this country.
All right, perfect. So this interview is pretty long. This initial conference is pretty long, about 10 minutes overall in length, and we'll chop it down little by little as we're going through. I think Vivek has a chance of bringing in a group of people to the party that likely would not have maybe have flirted with the idea, but maybe have not had the courage to go ahead and join. Vivek speaks a lot to those who are part of the Democratic Party. So those who are very generally really educated, young millennials, those who are looking for change in particular areas of their life. I have a lot of people in my life that I've had conversations with recently, people who are making, $200,000, $300,000 a year, who are used to be staunch Democrats, but are realizing more and more that the policies that are in place are not favorable for themselves or not favorable for the country as a whole. And I think Vivek has a chance of bringing that to Donald Trump's team. He has a chance of bringing a youthful move to the team. And again, with Trump losing in the last election, there isn't a need for a huge amount of sway that is going on. I think Donald Trump is going to win a larger portion of the black vote this coming time around. I think he got about 8%, I believe, last time overall of the black overall vote. And if he can get 15 to 20% or so of that vote, I think that this becomes a really Trump train that begins to run away pretty quickly. And you add that to the young millennials who are supporting Vivek. You add to that the other groups, who are able to come together as well. I think that this has a really great chance of defeating whoever the nominee is for the Democratic Party. One of the things that I do see here, and that I consider to be very interesting, is just the idea of who exactly is going to be Donald Trump's VP. I'll talk about that a little bit just after this. We'll go ahead and continue watching the video and go from there.
That's what it means to stand for the rule of law in the United States of America. It means the people we elect to run the government needs to be the ones who actually run the government, not the shadow government in the deep state that runs the show today. This man is going to get in there this time around and actually shut down that deep state. Not messing around this time anymore. That's how we win this war in this country. And the way we're actually going to do this in the long run and win this time around is with elections we need to secure in this country for the long run. You want to know what needs to happen in this country? Single day voting on election day as a national holiday with paper ballots, government issued ID to match the voter file, and English as the sole language that appears on a ballot. And I'm confident this man will be the one to get us there. And this is how we get our country back. Not black or white, it's deeper than that. These are the ideals of the American Revolution. And you know what? We do have some enemies that we need to defeat on the other side, but we have challenges to address in our own party right here at home. So you know what? If you want somebody who's going to foist onto you to use your social media account, you want to use a driver's license to do it, to have the right to use the internet, this man's not your man. There's another candidate in this race who'll do that for you. It's Nikki Haley. You want to cut Social Security benefits so we can fork over more money to Ukraine so some kleptocrat can buy a bigger house? Vote for Nikki Haley, not this man right here. But if you want to actually put an agenda that puts Americans first, to say that the moral obligation of your leaders is to the citizens of this country, not another one, there is not a better choice left in this race than this man right here. And that is why I am asking you to do the right thing as New Hampshire and to vote for Donald J. Trump as your next president, because we're not working with a lot of time here. If our kids are in high school before we get this right, we don't have a country left.
All right, perfect. So a lot of people are speculating right now who exactly is going to be Donald Trump's vice president. There's a number of different people, whether it's Tucker Carlson, whether it's, I think it's Naomi from South Dakota, I believe, or a few other people are possibly in the running for this role. After watching these two stand up together, they have a strong opinion right now, and I may be wrong, and I'd be, cool with being wrong at all. I'll, speak about that at a later point once that person is chosen. But I feel like Donald Trump and Vivek are too big of personalities to both be in the same space at the same time. Vivek has very strong opinions. He has very, he has his own way of doing things as well. And it's kind of like, like you and your parent or something like that, who you're very much like. Um, while you guys can hang out for a weekend, living together in the same house, it's difficult for you guys to both be able to get along for that period. There's only enough space for one person at a time. I think that he would make a great Secretary of State, someone of that nature, or something like that. But for him to go ahead and be the vice president, I just think that they're too close. For them to be working together all the time, I think you need someone a little bit more dormant, someone who is, willing to take advice. Somebody mentioned Tulsi Gabbard a few times. I think that she would be a pretty decent person as well. We'll see exactly how this plays out coming into the future. For the most part, I think that Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, they should be dropping out here soon and just have a single focus on Trump versus whoever the Democratic nominee is going to be. Joe Biden has been very terrible as a president, and for him to run again, I don't think is something that anyone is at all interested in. So the likelihood is that you have either Gavin Newsom, you have possibly Michelle Obama, and maybe a few other people try to throw their hat in the ring at some point. But we'll see exactly how this plays out. But at this point right now, Donald Trump is a clear favorite for the presidential election for 2024. And how that plays out will be very interesting. Again, who you select as your running mate is important. You want to get someone who can kind of be a coalition builder. I wonder what exactly is Ben Carson doing, if he is still interested in being a part of the Trump administration. He's definitely going to need some people for his cabinet. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. And have a great day.